Plaintiff Janina Freeman says the defendant is her identical twin sister, but they have a love-hate relationship. Janina let the defendant and her family move into her home, but she kicked them out after an argument over feeding the defendant's daughter sausage. Janina is suing her sister for rent and emotional distress. Defendant Regina Strong admits that she and Janina have had some pretty intense fights, and during the argument in question, Janina smacked a sandwich out of her hand and threatened to attack her with a broom. She's countersuing for damaged property and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
State your name.
Janina Freeman. Regina Strong.
All right, and ma'am, you're suing your twin sister for $1,000 for unpaid rent and emotional distress.
Yes.
And ma'am, you're countersuing for $598 for damaged property and emotional distress.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You look a lot older than your sister. Why do you think that is?
Maybe it's the hairdo.
Ain't nobody say nothing to you?
Oh.
I didn't say a word to you. I was looking down.
Okay.
And you must feel that way. I just wanted to see who was going to speak out. I was just kidding around.
That's because she knows she look older. That's
you
why
walked into that trap. That's not true. She doesn't look any older than you. All right, start with you.
Well,
background. Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is my identical twin. We have a love-hate relationship. Of course, the love overpowers the hate, but it's getting to the point where the hate is actually just taking over because, like, okay, if we have an argument and I'm the one who walks away and, like, just want to dead the argument and let it go, she will follow behind me just to yapping away. And it's like, it's getting to the point, like, we're getting older. We're not getting younger. Like, when do it stop? And it even got to the point where one time we actually got in a physical fight where she threw a lamp at me. And it's like...
Only once?
That was the one time she threw the lamp. Okay. But the fights, it's been more fights. We get in fights a lot because we so much alike. And that's the reason why I try to walk away and let the situation go, because we're so much alike.
You all have had this sibling rivalry since you were children?
I wouldn't necessarily say since we was children, but...
teenagers?
Teenagers.
Okay.
I'll say teenagers, like around 12 is when it, started happening, really.
You all have the same friends or separate friends?
We don't have friends.
In high school?
No.
You never had a friend in high school?
I mean, we had friends.
That's your problem, then. You ain't have no friends. Something wrong. You got friends, right? Neither one of y'all had friends in high school?
I mean, it's really us. We close, like, it's just really us.
Good enough. So it's just been the two of you all your lives.
And that's the problem.
And that's
the problem.
I get tired of my wife, and it ain't been but 40 years. And we have friends. She has friends, and I have friends. Maybe that's why we don't fight. We just get tired of each other and say, go see your friends. Don't you and your friends have something you can do today? Ain't the game coming on? Yeah, I'm gonna call them and watch them over here. No, you're not. You're gonna watch it over there. Don't bring them over here.
Maybe we should get some friends.
There you go. I'm telling you what to do.
I think we need to get some friends.
You won't argue then. You won't fuss and fight and argue. You just call your friend. You can tell her, you better go call your friend, girl, because I don't feel like being bothered.
But I do have one friend. She want that friend too, so, So, yeah.
And other than that, how do you all, you have children, both of you? Or?
Yep.
How many you have?
1.
How about you?
4.
All right. And in this instance, in recent years, you all been falling out over what?
Well, Your Honor, we both married, so... That play a part in it.
I knew there was a no good man behind it somewhere. Women don't fight unless there's a no good man somewhere.
There's actually two. Yeah, we both married. So that actually, and it gets to the point where, like, we try to have them where I'm with him, with my husband, she's with hers, but they so so it always brings us back. You know, now we back in each other's face. So
they're not compatible.
No,
the two
it's
men.
just like
They're different type of guys.
So yeah,
No, actually,
they're brothers.
Yeah, they actually brothers.
Oh, please.
They're actually brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers. Yeah, they actually brothers. Like they're
The two
brothers, so.
sisters
Yeah, we're married
don't
to
get
brothers.
along. And the two brothers
They
who
don't
are
help-
married to the sisters
Don't help the situation.
don't get along.
They get along.
They get
just
along.
try to help us out. Like
Yeah.
when the fight start, they always in the middle. They try to pull us apart because how it
Alright.
goes.
You give me some background. What's your take on
Oh,
things?
my Jesus.
You
Where do I
have the same
start?
outlook.
Well, we pretty much got a love-hate relationship, but I don't agree with her saying that the hate is like kind of overpowering. It's not. It's just we do have some pretty intense fights. We have had some pretty intense fights. I'm not gonna lie, I did hit her in the head with a lamp. I threw hot sauce at her once, but that's because like we just alike, and like I know I have a really bad mouth. Like
Have
I'm
you
not
thrown
gonna stay
something
here.
at her?
Water.
Go ahead.
But anyways, like she
You have a bad temper, you say?
Yeah, I do. I have a pretty bad temper. And so do she. And it's kind of like why our fights and arguments go the way they go because we're just alike. Like neither one of us knows when to shut up.
No, her mouth is worse.
No,
I'm
she
telling
will
you,
go
her
in.
mouth is
She
worse.
will go in one room. I'll be in the next room, and we both just still talking.
To
She'll
each
say
other?
Yeah, pretty much.
From a separate room.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's just like I said, that's why it goes the way it goes.
You all talk to each other from two different rooms across the house.
Yeah, that's not a good idea, but
y'all
that's how it happens.
Something going on.
We'll seek some help for it.
No, please. Do.
Eventually.
In fact, we'll pay for it. We'll put them on the list.
Oh, Lord.
We're not gonna put you on the drug addict list that we help.
my God.
We're gonna, I don't know, family counseling. No, y'all need a straight up. Ain't no counselor, ain't no drug. Y'all need a psychiatrist.
Oh my God. We do need help. We need help. It's pretty
I
bad.
might put you will. We are gonna offer you family counseling.
Yeah, we
then.
definitely
How
need
about
help.
that?
And she knows that.
In fact, how old are your children?
My oldest is 10. The youngest is 1.
And yours?
4.
Please let them enjoy each other as first cousins, but they're not if aunties are arguing all the time. So please don't do it for them, okay? You all get it together for them. All right, tell me about the rent that you're suing her for.
Well, I'm suing her for $400 because that was the agreement. She asked her and her family come and move in my 1-bedroom apartment.
When?
This was in July of 2019.
Okay.
That was the agreement. You agreed to pay $400
Per month or how long?
No, just for 1 month. Just for 1
That's
month.
all she intended to stay?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead.
So although 2 weeks in, of course we got into an altercation.
Physical again?
I mean, it almost went physical, but I was a broom person.
But the broom missed.
With the broom. And she smacked the sandwich out my hand. Don't leave that out. And I don't play about my food, but she smacked the sandwich out my hand. She tried to leave that part out, but yeah. Almost. Yeah. Almost. I didn't hit you, so that's okay. Like, tell the part where you threw cold water on me. Also, I threw the water, but I didn't hit you. Right. That's so I mean, right. But don't leave out nothing. Just tell her.
And it was a hot day, right?
But yeah, no, it was not a hot day. No,
it was a hot day. Somebody tried to do you a favor, and you want to come in here and
that wasn't doing me a favor. She was so riled up. I'm like, I'm gonna cool you off. Let me cool you down. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. That's why I just cooled it down. All right,
but
that's
the agreement was $400. What happened the second weekend? Tell me what happened.
The second weekend, my husband fed my niece sausage. This is where it just went all where it shouldn't went. So my sister was like, because my niece ended up, vomiting. Of course, she's in her month, she's gonna vomit. But instead of my sister like saying to my husband, don't feed her, she didn't. She was just like, don't nobody else feed her and all this extra stuff. And of course I got to feel like, hold on, this is my niece, I'm gonna feed her, I can do that, but you're not gonna tell me she can't eat. So I can't feed her. So of course, her mouth, she just get the
You got kicked out over a sausage. You should be ashamed. Go ahead.
Really,
this is the first I've heard.
She make it about the sausage. It was really her mouth that got her. You know what? Get out. Cause I went in the room. She just sitting here just going on and on. You was too. To be quiet and let the situation go. I went in the room and was talking to my husband.
But you was talking about me.
So he know how she is too.
But you was talking about me, and I hear you.
I heard her in the front room just study talking about situations.
She was in a different room.
But
Okay.
the way the apartment was, it's so like.
But as long as she wasn't standing there where
Right,
you
we
could
wasn't in
see
each other.
her
Right,
and talking
right.
about her in
I'm
her
not
face.
in her I'm talking to my husband because
Right.
now I'm mad. So let me go talk to my husband. I can't talk to my twin, so let me talk to my husband. She in there just. I'm like, would you let it go? Just let it go. Why you? She was making it talking loud enough so I can hear her because maybe she wanted to fight. So that's when I went out there. She was holding the sandwich in her hand, and now she just talking. Now I'm up there with her. I'm up there, so I just smacked it out her hand. So they all her husband, my husband, they all got up. Y'all better not start fighting, and it just went like that. And then I'm like, okay, now you got to go because you're doing too much. I'm not finna keep, dealing with this. And you in my crib, I feel like you disrespected me, so now you got to go.
What about the water? How did that come into play?
Tell about the water in the broom.
This happened the same incident?
Same day. Okay, so after I smacked the sandwich out of hand, like I said, all them came, they like don't, they want to make sure we don't fight. So I went back in the room. Again, not talking to her. She's still out there running her mouth.
Because you just smacked the sandwich out my hand.
Okay, I get that, but still, it's like.
Go ahead, and then what happened?
But okay, so like I said, she's still just out there just running her mouth, still talking. So now I just came out there, went in the bathroom, grabbed a blue cup, and I just was like, shut up. Just threw the water on her, I was like, shut up. And now I know now since I already smacked your food out your hand, threw water on, now I know you want to fight, so I picked up the broom, was like, come on. But did I swing though?
And then what
No,
happened
so
then? What happened then?
my husband just came and get me. It was like, okay, now stay in this room. Don't come back out this room. Whether she ended up talking or not, you know how your sister is. You just try to ignore her. And I was in there, of course, I was still boiling, but I just listened to him and he just kept the door closed while she was still doing what she was doing.
Let me ask you, she moved out how long after that incident?
The same night, she called someone and asked if they can go over there and
Her and her husband?
and the baby up. She kicked all us out.
She kicked you out or you left on your own?
Nah, she told me to leave. Like right after she damaged
She said,
the
"Leave
TVs.
now?"
Yeah, she told me to leave. And she also threatened me with the police. So that was
told
like
her to leave
time
now?
to go.
Why I call the police?
So you didn't threaten me with the police?
Okay. Well, the fact is, it was the right thing to do because you all were violent with each other.
Yeah.
And when you're violent, you don't need to wait for an eviction notice. And it would be who is most at fault to determine how that rent or lack thereof should be spent. Did she give you the $400?
No.
Okay, you say she agreed to. Now, let me hear from you on first the agreement and
I don't remember.
however you want to characterize what happened.
Okay, so pretty much it was not over a sausage. Her husband did feed
First of all, the agreement.
Okay, I don't remember the agreement. Like,
You don't remember telling her you would give her $400?
No, she offered for us to come there. She
Right.
offered for us to come.
And so does a landlord
But-
does. In fact, landlords put it in the paper. They offer everybody.
I don't remember her coming to me saying, "Oh, okay, you
You
got
that part.
$400." Like, and
Go
I'm just saying,
ahead.
like, I'm not gonna pay someone $400. If you agree for me, to
You're
stay
not
there
gonna
with you-
pay someone-
No, I'm not gonna pay her $400 and you kick me out after 2 weeks.
No, before that, outside of the fight, when you came, do you
First
believe
thing
you
they-
should have agreed to pay her some money for having a husband and children move in with her? Do you think
when you put it that
should have
way.
paid her some money?
When you put it that way, yes.
All right, well, I'm glad.
Right then and there, but like I said, should have asked right
Well,
then.
I'm glad to hear
But her
that you
being my
agree.
twin, I'm just,
All right. And tell me about the incident. I
Okay.
want to see who's at fault.
So with the incident, it was not about the sausage. Her husband fed my child an Italian sausage. After my child ate it, she threw up. And of course I was upset. My child is throwing up a sausage. And yes, I did say, don't nobody, if you're not Devonjay, which is my husband, if you're not him or me, don't nobody else feed my child.
I agree.
Of course, Big Mouth felt some type of way because how I am with her child, like I treat her child like that's my nephew, but I treat him like he my son. And yes, there came, times where she would try to say something to my nephew and I'll butt in. And that's why she kind of took that's why she kind of felt the way that she felt. Well, if I can't feed my niece, then you don't say nothing. Then you can't feed you can't feed Jay Sean. That's my nephew. Yes, you did. You kind of made it a thing where, since I said this about Janae, you gonna throw Jay Sean in it, and that's where it went left field.
Well, you probably said what you said with an attitude. I don't think. Well, then that's the problem. And I understand if your child has thrown up, you would have an attitude. And so you should have been a little more understanding of her having an attitude.
I just feel like she should have went to the person who.
Can I finish the story? Because
because you
let me finish. Let me finish. But anyways, like I said, she made it that, then if I can't feed my niece, then you can't do this such and such to Jay Sean. She left out the part where her husband stepped out the room and said the exact same thing. But don't nobody say nothing when you do this to Jay Sean. And that's where, like I said, that's where it went left field. And yes, she did go in the room with her husband, and I was still out there in the front room talking to my husband. And I was standing up eating my sandwich. Janina didn't like what I was saying, and she came out there and smacked my food out of my hand. And she started leaving out the part where she threatened to call the police. She literally stood in get out, get your stuff and get out. And also I have my evidence, page 1, if you can take a look at page 1, and page 3, where she damaged 2 of my TVs. That's why I said she leaving out stuff to tell the full story.
And your emotional distress is for that and for the incident?
Yes, for the incident. Like I said, I could have went physical, but I did it. So in my ass, she the one who wanted to fight.
I like that about you, from what I'm hearing. In this incident.
Yeah, in this incident.
Damage her television?
Yeah.
What happened?
I just knocked it down. I mean, it's cheap. I mean,
so
they're not cheap
damage.
TVs, but okay.
That wasn't cheap TV.
They're not cheap TVs.
That's why
one is 140, one is 150.
All right, ladies. That's enough.
Right.
Ma'am, you were wrong. It's 2 left shoes. Period.
Right.
All the way through it. You were the aggressor. When you knocked that sandwich out, you had to come out of the room.
Yes.
And assault her. That's assault. You assaulted her twice. Knocking the sandwich out of her hand, assault. Throwing water onto her, assault. So therefore, I'm only going to grant you $200 for rent. Then emotional distress. I'm not giving you any money for that. You caused her all the emotional distress. I'm going to grant her damaged property and emotional distress. $598 for you and $200 for you. Have a good day, ladies. That's my judgment. We're going to follow up with that counseling. I'm going to have my staff follow up with you guys.